Okay, we'll just wait for everyone to join. We'll see if people join. Alright, we're just waiting for everyone to join. I haven't done a live in a long time. Usually just stick to videos, so yeah. Alright, so we'll just start now. People can watch this after if they decide to. And yeah, so pick this up on Facebook. It's the work of Cheetah 2.0. I'll probably be doing a video on this separately anyway as a review. But I thought I'd do an assembly video because it's quite funny because this was actually assembled already. It was assembled wrong. The barrel had none of the locking pieces attached. So I was like a bit confused with that. So yeah, so I'm going to have to do that and do that myself technically by the looks of it. There is no ring to attach onto this barrel, so I'll have to, looks like, make my own with some tape. And yeah. I was just double checking. The ring actually stops the barrel from coming back through. So yeah, this goes through and just comes out basically. So when I went to get it, it was just not, it was just coming back through again. So we'll be getting that to basically sitting there, and we'll have the barrel not fall out this time basically. And it didn't have the dart guide on there either when I went to get it, and somehow it's still load to these darts. I don't know how it was, 'cause it was like, it wasn't even aligned with the darts. But the nice thing is it comes with a bunch of these AC darts, which I'm really happy about. I don't have many of these. I literally have one of these in my dart collection. It came with my Cheetah. For some reason it only had one dart that came with it. Of course I've got Cheetah darts, which are a hard tip version of these pretty much. Even the foam is very similar. Yeah, so quite happy that I got those, and quite happy that it came with the original mag as well. I don't have a orange variant of this. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. But it's just interesting how the guy said that his friend put it together for him, but they'd taken the dart gate off and the guide. I don't believe this came with the blaster. I don't know what this is. Looks like a bead. It's a bit dirty. I have no idea what this is. I don't think this is part of the blaster anyway. You've got an extra O-ring, some springs, and funnily enough, the dart guide, it usually comes with two. This one's been broken already, so I can see why they took it off. There's a clean break. This is fixable, so I might put the new one on and just fix this old one just as a backup piece. The spring, is there. I don't know why it was attached to my screwdriver. Got that one there. But this has been used already, so I noticed that the barrel is quite dirty. And I'm guessing the plunger tube might be too, so I'm just going to re-clean and re-oil the blaster before I put it back together. So, just getting my lubricants. Got some silicone grease and some silicone oil. Both the same, just one's thicker than the other. Yeah, so let's just take a look at this. I also need some tissue. And yeah, so let's got some tissue. I'm just going to clean this up a little bit, I think, and just see where we go from there. So first off, I'm just going to clean the outside of the barrel. So I'm going to put a little bit of oil on the outside of the barrel. I'll just clean this off first, just because this is quite dirty too. give it a shine. It's quite nice. It's a lot nicer now than it was. Also got my cleaning rod from my airsoft gear. Because as you guys know, did originally come from airsoft. Those that really know me know I come from real firearms before that, airsoft, and then Nerf. I think Nerf bridges the gap, especially the pro Nerf scene, it bridges the gap between airsoft. I'm just running my cleaner through there. That's a lot nicer now. Clean up the chamber a little bit more. Nice. What I usually do is I'll put a little ring of oil down the barrel like that, and I'll leave the barrel to stand just so it runs down the barrel like that. So that is clean. And clean this dark gate as well. This is quite dirty in here. There's like a ring of dirt in there. Do the same thing again. This on the outside as well. Because I believe this came out like 3 years ago, so this is a minimum of like 3 years old. I checked the air seal before I disassembled this. The plunger tube is a really good air seal, but I'm still going to clean everything. Just going to use the screwdriver, push it in and out of this dark gate. It's getting a bit cleaner now. Right, so that's clean. You can actually see why there was a ring of dirt in there. There's actually a chamfered cone in there too, which I believe would probably interlock with that plastic piece, but there is no plastic piece in there. So we'll be doing our own on that now. Got this electrical tape which I prefer to use just for that. Just to make sure there's no oil on that part of the barrel. Clean that off. Now I'm not sure exactly how thick this is, so I'm just going to do like a normal thickness and just add to it if I need to. Yeah. Only a few more layers and that'll be spot on. I like this tape because it's quite slick, but it's also it bridges gaps quite well, and it bonds really nicely onto things. That should be good. There we go. So now we've got that, which I should be able to. That should be enough. Best way to check is to put the mag on, just there. Okay. Yep. So it looks like that's just enough. I'm going to seat that back into the slot. So we've got enough gap. But I can test that as we go anyway. Just test it now with a dart, just to make sure. So if they are too far forward, there you go, it's got a little bit of barrel slightly. So what you can do, just what I've done quite a few times, because this is quite thick. We just want a little bit more. So what you do is just go like that, lift up one side. That should be enough. Just keep picking at it like that with your knife. That's a little bit more. There you go. We'll just peel up both sides, and then it should, in theory, just twist, and you should be able to rip off. I didn't go as clean as I hoped. It almost did. So we'll just go like that. That should be enough, because it's still, yeah, there's still a little bit there, but it allows it to go in more and it's tighter, so it actually stays there now. It doesn't just slide and it's, fall back in again. So this kind of adds a seal to that. So when that stays open, it locks, and I can just close it again like that. So that's great. Real quick, just pull out the plunger tube. Pop that back out that way. I should just pop out that way. There we go. We're just checking to see how clean this is. Definitely has some wear in there. Looks like there's been a hole drilled into there. I don't know why that is, because there is no corresponding pieces. So what I'm going to do with that is just patch that up. Could use some clear tape for that. Yeah, that I don't know what, that might have been a speed hole someone might have done, but I'm patching this up. If you use good quality tape, it should be quite fine, to be honest. Okay, so just simple patch up on there. The earring looks fine. Just how well it seals. Yeah, so we've got a full seal on that. What I'm going to do is just clean out all the old lubricant, put some new in. I don't know if that cushion is built in, or if it comes out. It might come out. It's definitely in there though. But yeah, everything's in really good condition. I'm quite impressed with the quality of it. I found this on Facebook, as I said earlier, and yeah, went and picked it up. Everything's in good clean order. But I'm just going to put the new oil on there. Let's see how good this seal is. Yeah, that's perfect, that. So, yeah, that's great. Don't need to add another O-ring onto that. So I usually like to. I don't like having a gap. I like to have 2 O-rings in this slot. We don't need it though. And now that I've patched this hole up, we're getting the seal from here onwards, not just from there onwards. So it should be a little bit more powerful too. Surprisingly, the shell is really clean. I'm quite impressed. Nothing really needs to be cleaned, but I'm going to wipe it down. Just from the inside. Yeah, the spring's not too bad on there. I could probably put an upgrade spring on this if I choose. Look at the springs I've got here. See if we can find one that's a good size. It's K26. Well, it's like a K26 to put on here. It's a little bit bigger. It looks like it would fit on there. That's another K26. This is like, I think it's another 7N spring. It's got more coils. Seems to be about the same toughness there, but so just leave that for how it is. In there, patch back in. It's completely hungover. No, it's just a tight spring. So yeah, that's sealed in there nicely. So just got to put it back together, I guess, and also put the chamber piece on. Just better to put the spring on before you put that on. And you can see why people break it. The actual peg is bigger than the spring. Twisting it on. There we go. Yeah. So if you hold it and support it while you put it on, you don't have a problem with that. And then that will sit up against the shell then, and darts will actually hopefully feed a bit more better. Set some more sleeve. There we go. The thing with this is it wants to pull this out, so let's see if we add a bit of tape to the ring on here and see if we can get the piece to stay. No, this tape's too big, we're using different tape. Got that idea. Let's tape on the actual dart gate piece. Like this. This will make it tighter. So it should actually fit into that slot. A little bit. Okay. Just burning off the rest of the paper there. Okay, so now we've got that assembled, that shouldn't come out now. Just hold it in while I show you that. There we go, so it's, that's working perfectly now. Okay. So this is ready to be put back together. What I will do, didn't actually do it, put more lube on this. Cleaning up the earrings, wiping this off. Don't know why I'm having such trouble now. Let's try what we do. Catch first. We're in. We're good. Okay. So, what do you guys think of the like a Cheetah? And whoever keeps joining and leaving, you could have watched this whole process by now, but you've probably missed half of it, to be fair. Anyway. I think these screws are actually stopping me from putting the shell back together, so I'll dump them out. You look like they're the same size. There we go. Now we've actually got a functional Cheetah, and the barrel locks forward like it should, so you can load. So the good thing about this is it's like pretty much locked together. Like you could technically use this. This is the one thing weird about this. I don't know if this is supposed to happen, but the mag gets like locked outwards until you put a mag in and it locks in onto the slim light. There we go. Okay, so fire it back up. And I'll probably end the stream there once this is all put back together. This is just a sneak preview. It's got a pretty hefty spring prime already, this has. It's one of the reasons why I didn't just go ahead and put another stronger spring in. It's already got a clear shell and I don't really like the strength of clear shells. This one doesn't seem too bad, but it's quite thick. So now, I wouldn't have been too bothered if we did lose a screw, because we have got like 4 extra ones. There's 8 screws altogether, so you could literally lose half your screws and you'd still have spares, so that's always good. I'm just buttoning it all up. Yeah, the shell is quite thick, so that's always good. The 76 that I had from Colonel Wasp, Monkey Mods edition of it, I had a Monkey Mods barrel with it. The shell broke within a few months. Posted quite a few videos on it actually, on the actual blaster. I didn't post a video on it breaking. Just got so pissed off with it, I just thought, fuck this, I'm not going to even talk about it anymore. And everyone I've said to just stay away from it. The 2.0 might be okay. So it'd be nice if this safety had some sort of catch or a spring or something. It's very non-tactile, and because this trigger spring is very stiff, so it can handle strong springs, you feels like the safety's on all the time. It's weird. But yeah, I can see why people broke that off. They did the same thing Bradley Phillips did, holding it by the end, pushing it on, creates a swing action, as they call it, and then it snaps. I mean, it's a strong print, but it's thin, so it's can't really do much about that. And I don't think this has anything to do with the kit whatsoever. So it's like some sort of in fact, it might actually be One of the things you put in your ear, you've got like a hole in your ear, you put that in there. Anyway. We're set now. We're done, literally. Yeah, see that? That just fell out again. So I see why they left it. It works anyway. That's a very beefy spring. Gotta remember to pull the barrel forward, not cock his back. Let's see how it can load a worker Gen 3 ironed without the dark gate. Alright, that chamber. Yeah, so we don't need that technically. I guess that's why you didn't bother with it. But it's good to have the barrel lock in, because otherwise it just falls out. So luckily it's got a chamfered barrel anyway, which helps with feeding. That was one of the things that's quite good about that. We'll just leave that out. Until I get some new super glue, I'll glue that back in. And we also get a worker decal as well, which I don't own any of these, so that's quite nice. Looks like they never used it, probably because they weren't firing long enough distances to actually use it. Yeah, it'd be cool if this was like reverse pump action. I think taping your grip onto this would be quite nice, to be honest. It's quite nice, it's a nice little blaster. I say little, but it's quite big. Comparing it to the Robocop pistol though, same sort of FPS. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm surprised no one's even done that, to be fair. I mean, literally, you can kind of see what I mean with that. You could load it up that way instead. Yeah, I think a front grip would work quite well because that's how you load it. So. But yeah, it's quite nice. This bit of tape that I added to the barrel not only helps it stay open, but also helps it stay closed. So it seals into that shell. But yeah, I think a front grip would be nice taped on there. I might do that at some point. Not right now though. Yeah, works with all the worker mags, but you have to have the barrel open first. Let's see what mags I've got. got some interesting mags to try out. So first up we'll try the Fury mag. It badly wants to lock in, but doesn't, surprisingly. Does it chamber though? Nah, doesn't look like it wants to chamber this one. Looks like if you could line it up perfectly, it would. So now on that, we'll try obviously another worker angled. That one locks in. That one works quite well. Which looks really cool with this actually. I like that. Because it's clear, it kind of goes well with it. But more so than the orange one, I think. Also locks a bit tighter than the orange one too. It doesn't, it's about the same. Yeah, I like that. And then, last but not least, one of my favourites, the snail mag. It just has a bolt lock feature on it with the follower, so that's going to stop. It can be loaded both ways. This has a notch here and here for different glasses, so I'm not surprised this one works. And again, this one looks really cool with it. It's testing it feeds, just because of that bolt lock feature. Yeah. Of course, this one locks around the bolt too. This one actually allows you to drop this free with most types of systems. But not in this case. This barrel locks all the way around it. Yeah. This worker P-car seems quite good. It's quite thick as well, thick quality plastic. It's nice to have an extra P-car for different builds. But yeah, I quite like this. This is quite a nice pistol. Yeah, very, very nice. And there's a possibility as well, you could actually cut this piece down, cut this barrel down and make this more shorter if you wanted to. I don't see why this needs to be this long, I guess, but yeah. Very nice though, I like this. But yeah, so thanks for watching everyone. Most of you will probably watch this after the fact. I'll show you the air seal quickly. So, perfect air seal on that. Yeah, very, very happy with that. So yeah, thanks for watching guys, comment, rate and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.